You know what? Tomorrow's Kentucky Derby has horse enthusiasts fired up all over the world, including some from right in our area from Esko and Proctor. North Country Ride is an Esko-based horse therapy center that enriches the lives of people through horseback riding. The group will be at Blackwoods in Proctor on Saturday afternoon to watch the Kentucky Derby and raise money for the organization.
We'll have a silent auction, raffles, have a buffet meal, and lots of fun. Games for all ages, prizes. Yeah, it's going to be a great time.
The Kentucky Derby party for North Country Ride will start at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. North Country Ride is always in need of volunteers. People interested in volunteering with the horses and clients can ask about opportunities at tomorrow's event.